BSdiscover. How you doing today? Wow. What is the topic? Guess what? This is crazy. This is crazy. Just before I did this video, I'm looking through the news, I'm observing, I'm saying, wow, what do I want to talk about today? But something is truly changing, shifting, and I want you to make sure that you stay up, do not fall back. We are a team. We're here today. We're making it happen. And the most important thing you have to remember is you can't not be in fear. Fear will get you to do things you're not accustomed of doing. It's different when you're doing things to survive because you know a situation or a scenario, and if I utilize what I know, I may survive that situation. And that's where we are today, trying to survive situations. There was just an airplane crash. 2 pilots died because LaGuardia Airport. There's just when Trump talked about bringing, now listen, ISIS to the airports. There's always a sign before disaster. So maybe there's something we didn't know that was foretold, but it may be caught. We don't know. I know a lot of you are upset, mad, angry. I'm trying to use all of it at our president. I know you are. I know you're mad. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Is it today about 60% of the poll are against our president, the people who put him there? But what is it that sometimes what they see, there's correct measures, and what they don't see, we may not appreciate. There's measures that aren't correct according to us. And yet we have to fall back on the decision of making the scene. What are we going to do? What are you going to do? Are you feeling safe? Do you feel like you can go to an airport and not have a problem? Are you thinking of the expectations that will be put upon you? Are you thinking of what you will expect when you get to an airport? Are you giving up on passports? Are you giving up on places you want to go? Because this is the fear process. And if you fall into the fear process, you will not accomplish the places you want to go. Because you may not want to stay where you want to stay. We don't know what's going on. But once again, fear causes you to do things you don't want to do. But the right action and the right knowledge will get you past the fear. What are you doing? What are you learning? What contacts? And you're going to have contacts of friends in different areas of places you're trying to reach. I don't want to go somewhere and I don't know anyone. Even if you have to go and get information about the places you want to go visit or the places you may want to go live. Where are you getting your information from? Is it safe? I mean, I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to go somewhere. I'm trying to go somewhere in America or out of America where we feel safe, at least in these times that we know things are going to be troubled. And as any citizen or anyone who's concerned about life itself, you do not want to be in a situation that you have no answers. You know, people are now venturing out and learning that they need people. And then I woke up today and I say, wow, it makes a lot of sense when We went through the COVID period. Remember, 6 foot apart? Now we even have to become even further apart. But it allowed us to conduct ourselves, and not only that, to still nurture those who aren't close to us, who would like to be close to us. We're still close. We're still able to communicate. We're still able to give each other what we have to give each other in time of need. And that's where you want to be. You want to be where you're able to reach. Listen, you're going to have to be smart. You're going to have to be smart with the mouth. You're going to have to be smart with knowledge. You're going to have to be smart on choices. Not just the knowledge, but should I make that choice? It was the right choice to make back then, but maybe I cannot take that train this time, or that bus line, or maybe I cannot even go into that situation I went into before. I have to go another route. I have to utilize a different subculture of people, because where I was, they didn't appreciate what they had, or they did not know what they had, or there was someone who was trying to take everything from everybody else who could have really done something. There's a lot of people who don't know how to make much for a lot of people. Remember the one fish that fed a lot of people? Remember, if you can teach a person how to fish, they'll always eat for life. That hasn't changed. But what has changed is our way of dealing with others. And a lot of people are realizing that the old way was the best way. The newer generation don't have the foundation. They're quick to make choices, but they really can't last throughout the foundation because they have no true experience when there was trouble. So if I don't see trouble, and when trouble come my way, it's easy for me to fall, because I built a foundation. I found ways to survive. But whenever everything looks okay, I have to question why everything looks okay. What is keeping everything okay? Who is really surviving at this point that everything seems to be okay? If I just pull one person out the bunch, will everybody fall? Or if I add a person, will everybody still make it? Those are the questions you're going to have to begin to ask yourself. Can I really rely on the people around me? That's why so many people are making adjustments to AI, because you're able to share information like you would share with a friend. And this friend is going to give you the right information that's going to protect you. You are the major concern, not the people around you.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't.
Not the person or business you're trying to open. You are the concern. I got to get you to where you want to go. So yes, a lot of people are relying on it. However, they're not dropping their channels of if something should go wrong. Even though I'm getting the information, is this the way I should get it? Is this really going to take me places? And you'll know that through observation, and you'll know that through how you are able to rise whenever you don't get the information from others. Because now this is a time where family and friends are so into doing what they have to do and surviving that if your family is not with each other, it's because that's the family that's so strong. So in order to try to break you down or your family, they have to separate. So we're going to attack this one over here, that one over there, and that one right across the street. However, if you are smart, you'll know how to handle each situation. Because usually, like always, it's not you, but it's somebody who's in the air. AI isn't in the air, it's somebody else. See, AI is just thinking about you, but that other person is thinking about the person behind them. And they're people, they're helping you, but trust and believe they want to bring their people along. They're not thinking about your people. And that's why each and every one of you have to be counteractive how you handle people and where you get your information. It's not hard. I have heard stories, and the stories are unbelievable, and there is a fear. The fear is trusting. The fear is, what if I'm giving the wrong information? But how is it possible when everything is accuracy? If you're accurate in the information that you're giving, then you should receive an accurate answer. There's accuracy in the air. And that's one thing a lot of people don't seem to understand. Like today, I spent all day just trying to put everything together and what I have to do. Actually, what's happening now, what's I want to happen tomorrow, and then in the near future. Because it just can't be just about today. When you wake up, I can't just think about today. We used to, but now we have to put a little bit here and then some more in the other job. Because once I pull out of what I'm doing today, I'm going to jump into what I prepared for tomorrow. And then I'm going to keep moving and moving and moving. And this is where we at. Because we have so much that we're dealing with, and just the changes, and not just the changes, the surprises. But this is no surprise, because this is something that we all biblical was told about, or this is something that a lot of people in society, when it comes to people who foretell our future, they were able to tell, well, this is going to happen. And what they said was going to happen actually happened, or is happening. So then you start to do further research on that person and how that person was able to get the message to you, and what this person think is best to happen for you to come through whatever the prediction was. What did they predict would happen? Did they predict that this would happen? We all knew that a day would come that we have to put on a suit of armor, as you can say, in our thinking, in our way of dealing with others, and how we dress. Sometimes the way you dress could protect you, depending upon where you're at and who you're dealing with, your situation. That's why you see a lot of people, when they're going out on certain projects, and they dress a certain way so they can reach the community, depending upon what the interest is, who's your audience. If your audience is about just helping those who go out and help the ones in Section A and B. But if your audience is the one who help not just Section A and B, but everyone, it depends on who you want to help. And if you want help, and you may be in that everyone predicament, how are you going to handle how things are today? How are you going to go forth knowing that I'm not going to be afraid, I'm not going to let fear get me, I'm going to learn how to deal with individuals, and the AI is there just as a support network. It makes sense because we're not in contact with people like we used to be. Our future is supposed to be in flying cars. They got flying cars now. Not just flying cars. They got cars that could be on the ocean. And people just enjoying the fun, the ride. But do you have it? It probably can't do everything, but I've seen a floating boat. One of the military ones that can go from the sand. When I was in South Carolina, it can go from the sand into the water, and then the wheels come right back on there. But that was way before the cars. That's where I already knew what type of information is. Do you understand? Now you're getting where, what type of information are you putting into your brain? That you know it ain't gonna play tricks with you. You know because you've seen it before, you investigated, or you was able to be in a situation that it was a step away from what man was going to do for itself. It probably had to do with military, but eventually it would come from their knowledge onto the production. So, in knowing this, you can be relaxed. You can feel relaxed. Why does this person look so relaxed? So much is going on. Because once you know what is expected, once you know how life expectancies change, and it was never to change, it was already done. It's just now it's being passed on. Like AI, I'm pretty sure it was already used. But now that man technology have gotten even well advanced, now they're ready to what? Pass it on. Now we need you to advance, which is you and I. And that's how we have to do when we deal with these issues that we're going through. Advance. Advance in knowledge. Advance in how you see things, how you handle things. I can't be there, but it don't mean that I cannot give you support from here. Isn't that how it's been with our government? They can't be with us. They can't sit in this actual room with us. But they can give us, and we have many officials fighting. We're not fighting this battle alone. We have not just officials, other continents. We have other people. It could be a battle here, but it don't mean you don't have a stream of people fighting for you. So that's why you can't be against the one when there's many. Because in that one, there's many fighting for you. But are you aware of the fight? But first, you have to be aware of the fight in you. Until next time, BSdiscover. Don't be afraid. Don't let fear put you in a position of losing everything you have. And most of all, what you have in you. Now go out there and discover. BSdiscover.
I'm changing who am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again.
Yeah. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man, I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body